Okay. Good morning, my dear students. Today I have started the part 2 portion of class 7 in science. The leftover topic autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So as I have explained it in previous class about nutrition and introduction and types of nutrition related with photosynthesis. So again today I will explain it and remind it for your better future. So students, the topic is nutrition in plants. At first we had studied about autotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition, I had told you that only green plants and algae, it means those organisms which have chlorophyll, they can perform photosynthesis process. So they are known as autotrophs, and such type of mode of nutrition is known as autotrophic nutrition. So do you know that, students, what do you mean by photosynthesis? Photosynthesis means photo means light and synthesis means manufacturing of food by plants. In this way, photosynthesis means food manufacturing process of the plants. So here we will know that some important facts as I had told you the meaning of autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means self-nourishment and heterotrophic nutrition means others nourishment. Self-nourishment, in this process organisms can prepare their own food, and heterotrophic nutrition, that means organisms are not able to prepare their own food. So this topic, heterotrophic nutrition, will be explained after this topic. So let us know where does photosynthesis take place in plant's body. Yes, students, here is a question arises that in which parts as we know that photosynthesis take place only in green parts of the plants. But do you know that in some cases photosynthesis can also take place in green portions of the plants as for other portions of the plants, as for example stems, some branches too. That means you have seen that some plants have green stems. In that portions only stem, since stem contains green pigment, so stem manufacture the food for the plants. So generally you have seen that learnt about the plants of desert. Desert plants, you have seen that desert plants have no leaves, that means needle-like structure leaves. In such cases, for example cactus, so the stem of the cactus is able to prepare their own food because of the stem of this plant contains chlorophyll, so they manufacture the food for the plant. In this way we can say that mostly leaves contain chlorophyll. So leaves are mainly known as the food factory of the plants, but in some cases some stems and young branches are also able to make their own food. In this way we have completely learnt this topic again in Hindi. So बच्चे, आप लोगों ने जैसे देखा है और प्रीवियस क्लासेस में पढ़ा है कि प्लांट्स का कौन सा पोर्शन फोटोसिंथेसिस करता है, तो आप सभी जानते हैं कि प्लांट्स में फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए मेनली लीव्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है, लेकिन कुछ प्लांट्स में जिसके लीव्स निडल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं, तो उस प्लेस पे उस प्लांट के स्टेम पोर्शन से फोटोसिंथेसिस प्रोसेस होता है, और कुछ प्लांट्स में स्टेम रहते हुए भी उसके ब्रांचेस भी ग्रीन होते हैं, तो वो फोटोसिंथेसिस को परफॉर्म करते हैं। इस तरीके से हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि लीव्स, मोस्टली लीव्स एंड स्टेम्स, some stems and young branches of some plants are also able to manufacture their own food. Now come on to the next topic. What are the raw materials required for plants? What are the raw materials required for plants? Students, you are get confused. What are the raw materials? Because in the book this a number of components have been explained as raw materials. But students, don't be confused. Only carbon dioxide and water are known as the raw materials for photosynthesis, raw materials required for plants during photosynthesis. But in this chapter, these topics have been mentioned as raw materials. So remember and listen carefully that the chlorophyll and sunlight are also essential for photosynthesis, but raw materials are mainly CO2 and water. So don't get confused. Raw carbon dioxide and water are known as the raw materials required for plants, and the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis during this process. Now we will know what is synthesized during this process. What is synthesized during this process? So as students, you know that during photosynthesis process, a type of carbohydrate, that is also known as sugar and starch, but you know it, sugar is simple carbohydrate which is utilized for the plants as a food, but starch is the complex food and a type of carbohydrate which is utilized by animals and human beings, and the released product is known as oxygen. So fresh oxygen is also utilized by animals and human beings during respiration process. So on the basis of equation where we will represent it as CO2 plus water, sunlight, chlorophyll, carbohydrate, plus oxygen. So this equation represents the whole photosynthesis process. Now here you are seeing that only as a reactant means which take part in a chemical reaction, as CO2 and water are mainly the raw materials, and this arrow represent that the sunlight and chlorophyll is essential, and the formed product is carbohydrate, maize, sugar and starch, and the fresh oxygen is released. So now this topic has been cleared. What is synthesized during this process? Now there is no any confusion. Now we will know about the role of a leaf in photosynthesis. Yes, students, as we know that leaves prepare food for the plants, so leaves perform very important role in photosynthesis for the plants and for other organisms too. So leaves prepare their own food. Leaves prepare food for the plants during photosynthesis process and really help to release fresh oxygen. This is the main role. And the second role, leaves contain chlorophyll. Leaves contain chlorophyll containing cells which have the ability to trap sunlight from the sun. In this way, leaves perform the main two functions during photosynthesis process. Now this topic has been cleared. Next, you always remember that the presence of starch is the evidence of photosynthesis process during autotrophic nutrition. Now, we will study the next topic as heterotrophic nutrition. Yes, students, heterotrophic nutrition means hetero means others and trophic means nourishment. That means heterotrophic nutrition, it means others nourishment. In this way, we can understand here very well as these organisms, or categories of these organisms are not able to prepare their own food. That it means they will depend on other organisms for their food. So at first we will describe here saprophytic nutrition. Students, suppose you will get confused that what do you mean by saprophytic nutrition? So students, you can easily understand it, saprophytic nutrition, but before knowing it, we will have to know about what are saprotrophs. From the word saprotrophs, saprophytic nutrition has defined saprotrophs. Saprotrophs are those type of organisms that cannot make their own food and they depend on other organisms for their food. Do you know they take in their food from dead and decay organic matter? Yes students, ये सैप्रोट्रॉप्स है. सैप्रोफाइटिक न्यूट्रिशन से पहले हमें जानना होगा कि सैप्रोट्रॉप्स क्या है. सैप्रोट्रॉप्स उस कैटेगरी का ऑर्गेनिज्म है जो अपना फूड प्रिपेयर नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं से तो ये अपना फूड लेता है. तो ये अपना फूड डेड और डिके ऑर्गेनिक मैटर से लेता है. दैट मीन्स सरे गले सब्सटेंसेस से. यू हैव सीन दैट ड्यूरिंग रेनी सीजन. In rainy seasons, mostly in damp places, some umbrella-like structures grow on the surface. Then you know that they grow on dead or decay portion of the plants. आपने देखा होगा कि बरसात के मौसम में कुछ ऑर्गेनिम्स जो होते हैं जहाँ जिसका शेप अम्ब्रेला जैसा होता है, स्ट्रक्चर अम्ब्रेला की तरह होता है, वो कहीं कहीं पे ग्रो करते हैं. और वो जानते हैं वो फॉर एग्जांपल के लिए क्या है, जैसे मशरूम, जैसे कि मोल्ड्स, ये अपना फूड नहीं प्रिपेयर कर सकते, लेकिन ये कहीं ना कहीं से तो फूड लेते हैं. तो ये कंप्लीटली अपना फूड डेड और डिके ऑर्गेनिक मैटर, सड़े गले सब्सटेंसेस से अपना फूड ऑब्टेन करते हैं. तो इस तरीके से सच टाइप ऑफ मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन विल बी नोन एज saprophytic nutrition. That means I will define it again. Saprotrophic nutrition, the mode of nutrition in which organisms cannot prepare their own food and take their nutrition from dead and decay organic matter is called saprophytic nutrition. Next, after this point we will come to the next point as parasitic nutrition. Yes, students, in the same way we will have to know about what do you mean by parasites. Parasitic nutrition से पहले हमें जानना होगा कि parasites क्या होता है. जी हाँ, parasites वो ऑर्गेनिज्म है जो वो अपना फूड खुद प्रिपेयर नहीं करता और लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म, अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म से अपना फूड ऑब्टेन करता है. तो सबसे पहले हम लोग को डिफाइन करना होगा पैरासाइट्स क्या है. organisms that take in their food or get in their food from other living organism, or in other language we can say it those organisms that depend on other organisms for their food are called parasites. So do you know that parasites are also categorized into two groups as endoparasites and ectoparasites. Listen carefully these points. Endoparasites and ectoparasites. In all books this topic has not been explained, and in your book also. So endoparasites means those type of organisms that take in their nutrition living inside of other organism. मतलब वो ऑर्गेनिज्म जो बॉडी के अंदर रह करके अपना न्यूट्रिशन लेते हैं वो कहलाते हैं एंडोपैरासाइट्स. एंड ऑर्गेनिज्म्स दैट टेक इन देयर फूड और कंप्लीटली डिपेंड ऑन अदर ऑर्गेनिज्म्स फॉर देयर फूड फ्रॉम आउटसाइड ऑफ द बॉडी आर नोन एज एक्टोपैरासाइट्स, जो हमारे बॉडी के बाहर से लेते हैं. तब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि एग्जाम्पल क्या होगा एंडोपैरासाइट्स का. तो जैसे वर्म्स लिविंग इनसाइड आवर बॉडी, जो हमारे बॉडी के अंदर रह करके, जो वर्म्स हमारे बॉडी के अंदर होते हैं और हमारे होल बॉडी को डिस्टर्ब करते हैं और हमारे बॉडी का न्यूट्रिशन ऑब्टेन करते हैं, वो कहलाते हैं एंडोपैरासाइट्स. अब आइए क्वेश्चन कि एक्टोपैरासाइट्स क्या होता है. जैसे मॉस्किटोज आप देखते हैं, उसके बाद लाइस देखते हैं, जुएं, जो ये हमारे बॉडी से ब्लड जो एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं, जो सक आउट करते हैं, इससे ये अपना न्यूट्रिशन ऑब्टेन करते हैं, जो कि कहलाता है एक्टोपैरासाइट्स. बट आपके बुक में एक और चीज दिया गया है, टोटल पैरासाइट्स और पार्शियल पैरासाइट्स. जी हाँ स्टूडेंट्स, ये प्लांट्स में भी होता है और ऑर्गेनिज्म्स में भी होता है, अदर ऑर्गेनिज्म्स में भी होता है. तो प्लांट्स में सम प्लांट्स आर कंप्लीटली पैरासाइटिक प्लांट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल अमरबेल और दोदर प्लांट. दिस प्लांट हैज नो एबिलिटी टू मैन्युफैक्चर देयर ओन फूड. दे विल कंप्लीट डिपेंड ऑन अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म्स. And this type of example will known as complete parasite, it may or a total parasite. And as for example mistletoe. जी हाँ, कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म वैसे भी है, कुछ प्लांट्स वैसे भी है जो कि कंप्लीटली उनके पास ऐसा नहीं है कि एबिलिटी नहीं है कि वो अपना फूड नहीं बना सकते, लेकिन उसके पास टोटल न्यूट्रिएंट्स वो अवेलेबल करने की कैपेसिटी यानी ऑब्टेन करने की कैपेसिटी नहीं होती है. तो जैसे पैरासाइट्स में हम लोग अभी डिस्कस कर रहे हैं पार्शियल पैरासाइट पे, जो अपना फूड मतलब कि वाटर और न्यूट्रिएंट्स, वाटर और मिनरल्स जो होगा, जो इम्पोर्टेंट मटेरियल्स होगा, वो अदर ऑर्गेनिज्म से लेंगे और वो अपना फूड प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल mistletoe is a partial parasite. This plant has green leaves and can synthesize its own food, but it receives water and minerals from other organisms. In this way you have completely known about parasitic nutrition. But one point has been left. Now you will know about host. During parasitic nutrition you will know about host. क्या है, होस्ट क्या होता है? हमने तो केवल अभी यही सीख पढ़ा है कि पैरासाइटिक प्लांट्स और पैरासाइट्स वो है जो अदर ऑर्गेनिम्स से अपना फूड ऑब्टेन करता है। लेकिन फिर यहाँ क्वेश्चन है कि जिस ऑर्गेनिम्स से ऑब्टेन करता है उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? जी हाँ, तो वो होस्ट कहलाता है। ऑर्गेनिम्स, दोज ऑर्गेनिम्स फ्रॉम विच parasitic organisms or parasites get their nutrition are called host. Or again I will repeat to you, those organisms that release food to the parasites is called host. Next we will come on to the next point as insectivorous nutrition. Insectivorous nutrition. So do you know that as you have seen that most of the organisms take in plants or plants products and some take in fleshy materials too, but here is the question, insectivorous nutrition, it means the mode of nutrition in which plants take in insects, plants take in or feed on the insects as a nutrition to take in their nutrition is known as insectivorous nutrition. In such plants, do you know that some plants also take in insects, they feed, they eat and digest it. So do you know that insectivorous nutrition, how do plants digest or trap the insects? Yes students, some type of plants are also present in the nature which have the ability to do the photosynthesis process, but they do not get the sufficient material. For example, some types of nutrients as nitrogen. Yes, insectivorous plants such as Venus flytrap plant or pitcher plants have the ability to do the photosynthesis process, but they have that on they grow on that place where there is the lack of nitrogen or nitrogen in soil particles. So these plants take in trap the insects and take in and fulfill the requirement of nitrogen from these organisms. So such type of mode of nutrition is known as insectivorous nutrition. At last we will discuss symbiotic nutrition. Yes students, symbiotic nutrition means it is the combination or it is the relationship between algal and fungal component. Symbiotic nutrition जनरली कोई न्यूट्रिशन नहीं है, मेनली न्यूट्रिशन होता है हेटेरोट्रॉप्स में, सैप्रोफाइटिक, पैरासाइटिक एंड इंसेक्टिवोरस न्यूट्रिशन। लेकिन हमें सिम्बायोटिक न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में भी पढ़ना है। तो क्यों पढ़ना है कि इसमें क्या है कि ये कम्प्लीटली इसको हम हेटेरोट्रॉप्स भी नहीं कह सकते और कम्प्लीटली ऑटोट्रॉप्स भी नहीं कह सकते। ये एक रिलेशनशिप है किसके बीच? तो अल्गल एंड फंगल कंपोनेंट्स के बीच है। इट मीन्स द न्यूट्रिशन इन विच the nutrition in which both of the organisms are get mutually benefited from each other is called symbiotic nutrition. For example, lichen. You have seen about learnt about this plant, lichen plant. Yes friend, lichen plant is the combination of algal and fungal group. They contain algae and fungi. That means you know that algae has the capability to manufacture their own food and fungi have no capability to manufacture their own food. So now how does this relation mutually benefited? So algae algae manufacture, since algae have chlorophyll, so they will manufacture the food, and fungi have no chlorophyll, so they will provide water and nutrients to the algae. In this way, this relationship is mutual relationship, एक दूसरे से बेनिफिटेड होने का रिलेशनशिप है। तो फंगी आपको लाइकेन को क्या दिए, फंगी आपको अलगी को क्या दिया, अब वो वाटर और मिनरल्स दिया, और इन टर्न बदले में अलगी क्या दिया, उसको मैन्युफैक्चर्ड फूड दिया। तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये टॉपिक आपके बुक का लास्ट टॉपिक था, सिम्बायोटिक रिलेशनशिप। अब आप इसको कंप्लीटली समझ चुके होंगे कि ये टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन क्या है। आज आपका ये पॉइंट लास्ट होता है। अब आप अच्छे से चैप्टर को स्टडी करेंगे, अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा तो सॉल्व करेंगे। दैट्स ऑल।